It has been reported that new Tottenham Hotspur head coach Antonio Conte has banned the Spurs players from eating ketchup, mayonnaise, pizza and other fattening foods. It has also been reported that Jose Mourinho has been affected by Antonio Conte's appointment at Spurs. Antonio Conte has told his players on international duty to complete extra training schedules whilst away with their respective countries. An Italian journalist, Fabrizio Romano, has stated that Spurs have given Antonio Conte the power of signing players he needs and believes that Spurs will have a very busy January transfer window. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. In this video, I'll be going through all of the latest Tottenham news, all of the rumours and all of the reports. And if you don't subscribe to the channel as yet, please do hit that subscribe button. Just before I get into today's video, make sure that you download the OneFootball app for all of the live football scores, results and news, as well as getting all of the latest Spurs news on this channel. You can also see it all here. Download the OneFootball app to keep up to date with everything Tottenham Hotspur, club news, transfer news, match information, videos, tables and results from all around the world. Don't miss out, and please do let me know what you think of this app. So let's start this video with a report from Football Italia, and they are stating Antonio Conte bans pizza at Spurs. Ranieri promises it to the Watford players. Antonio Conte has banned ketchup, mayonnaise, sauces and pizza, among other things, from Tottenham Hotspur's canteen. A far cry from Watford boss Claudio Ranieri offering pizza as a treat for clean sheets. Italians take their food very seriously indeed, and that goes for the sporting level too. Antonio Conte famously made sweeping changes to the diet of his players at Chelsea and has done the same on his return to the Premier League for Tottenham. Now, I did mention about the mayonnaise and the ketchup in a video that I posted Wednesday afternoon, but according to The Athletic, in his first few days at Spurs, Antonio Conte has banned everything from ketchup and mayonnaise to pizza and other fattening foods. Back to the report from Football Italia, it states it does have an effect. Just see what he did for Lukaku's former Inter Milan during his 2 seasons at San Siro, working with Antonio Conte. Last year, Lukaku was talking to club nutritionist Matteo Pincella, and he said about the changes that Antonio Conte had implemented at the club. He said, when I come to Inter, we analysed my body and so much has changed. Every country has its own focus on diet, and I've always been a powerful player, but Italy took me to another level. I've never felt so strong. I reached another level, both physical and mental. Back to the report from Football Italia, it states this is what Antonio Conte is trying to bring to his Tottenham players, but another Italian manager in the Premier League understands the importance of treats. Back in 2015, Ranieri famously promised his Leicester City players pizza if they kept a clean sheet, and could well maintain that approach now he is with Watford. Now, my thoughts on this, and I said this on the video on Wednesday afternoon that I posted, so do check that out if you haven't seen that one. You know, the fitness is extremely important to someone like Antonio Conte. The diet is equally as important as well. You know, to get these players in ship shape, to get them back to the fitness levels that, you know, some of them used to be at under Mauricio Pochettino is absolutely key. You know, as I said on the video before, you know, we would be running for 95 minutes in a game. You know, stoppage time, they would still be running exactly the same as they would have been running in the first minute of the game. And we have really missed that under the management of Jose Mourinho and indeed Nuno Espirito Santo. So fitness is absolutely key. Antonio Conte has been extremely successful in his career so far as a player and a manager. And, you know, everybody must buy into what he is trying to do at the club. And I'm sure that these players will be fitter you know, very, very quickly, very, very soon. And I think that all of us fans will notice a huge difference in the near future. Now, what a report this is from the Daily Express. It states that Jose Mourinho has been affected by Tottenham appointing nemesis Antonio Conte. Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte have a long-running rivalry which has been reignited after Tottenham appointed the Italian as their manager. Later on in this report, it says that Antonio Conte has a strange trend of taking over clubs that Jose Mourinho used to manage. with Tottenham joining Chelsea and Inter Milan on that list. And his latest role appears to have left Jose Mourinho unsettled and unhappy that his nemesis is again replacing him. And according to Gazzetta dello Sport, Antonio Conte's appointment at Spurs was not received with indifference by Jose Mourinho. That is said to have been down to the nature of their relationship, though Jose Mourinho will have to overcome that quickly as he fights to save his job at Roma. Now, my thoughts on this: as soon as Antonio Conte was appointed as Tottenham Hotspur boss, not only was I smiling and extremely happy about the appointment, but I also thought that Jose Mourinho will not like this appointment of Antonio Conte coming to Spurs. You know, they've had history. They clearly don't like one another. They have traded a number of insults, as I read there. You know, crazy guy, little man. We all know the history between these two great managers, being very successful, both of them. But I just had a feeling that Jose Mourinho would not like this. But, you know, in all fairness, I think that Jose Mourinho really needs to be worried about his own job right now, because he's not doing that well at Roma. A report has been published by Football.London, and they are stating that the special request Antonio Conte has made to his Tottenham Hotspur players on international duty. The new Tottenham Hotspur boss has been making his presence felt with instructions for his players heading out on international duty. The report states that Antonio Conte is so intent on improving the fitness of his Tottenham Hotspur players that many have been given extra training schedules to undertake while on international duty. The Italian's pressing style requires high fitness levels, and arriving at the club without a pre-season to put his players through, Antonio Conte is trying to use every method possible to get the players to catch up on the fitness they require. So important is high fitness to his style that half of Antonio Conte's 6-strong team of coaches are dedicated to fitness, with Carati, Ventron and Bruno all putting the players through their paces and improving their nutrition, strength, speed and stamina. As well as having intense sessions at Hotspur Way in the week since his arrival, following his 2 matches in charge, those Tottenham players who have not played or only got a few minutes from the bench have been put through high-level fitness sessions on the pitch after the final whistle rather than simply warm-downs. The 11 Spurs players who have not gone out on international duty are expected to be worked hard over the coming fortnight as they get a mini pre-season of sorts under the 52-year-old head coach. And the report then states that Tottenham's international stars will not escape the extra work either, with many of them handed extra training schedules by Antonio Conte's staff to take with them to undertake and vastly improve their fitness, particularly those who have not been getting many minutes under their belt. Now, my thoughts on this: one thing for sure that is extremely important to someone like Antonio Conte, and that is fitness and pre-season training. This is the first ever time in his managerial career where he has taken over a club mid-season. He has always been appointed at the start of a pre-season. So he's got the pre-season, he works the players extremely hard. So this is his way now of stamping his authority and stating that the players are not fit enough. He expects a lot more. He is demanding a lot more. And this time, this international break, certainly with the players that haven't gone on international duty, you know, they will be worked extremely hard. You know, you heard the comments from the fitness coaches yesterday, you know, their favourite mottos. And, you know, Antonio Conte will be working these players extremely hard, like a mini pre-season, like that report from Football.London said. And, you know, to send the international players away with homework, if you like, you know, to improve their fitness whilst on international duty. I tell you what, this is absolutely incredible. I'm loving, and I keep saying this, I'm loving all of this stuff from Antonio Conte. He wants the fitness levels improved throughout the whole of the squad. And, you know, what a way to go about it. Changing the diets and, you know, sending homework to all of the international players. I'm loving this. Tottenham Hotspur star Lucas Moura was asked the question, who is your fastest teammate on Twitch TV? Lucas Moura replied with, very good question. I cannot say me. I would say Steven Bergwijn, Heung-min Son, Sergio Reguilon is very fast as well. But it's impossible to say. We need to have a race. Now, my thoughts on this, I'll tell you what, in a couple of weeks' time, I think that Lucas Moura will be naming half of the squad, if not the whole squad, after Antonio Conte has finished with them. Not just naming Steven Bergwijn, Heung-min Son and Sergio Reguilon. I think the fitness levels are about to go to a new level. Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano has been talking on his Here We Go podcast, and he has stated that the January transfer window could be a very busy one for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. He said, giving him the power, many times people talk about money and the budget for Antonio Conte. Of course, money is important, his contract, salary, but it's all about power. He wants to have the power to say, I need this player to win. It could be a top player. It could be a young player. It could be an old player worth €2 million. But he needs these types of players and this kind of power. Fabrizio Romano then stated this is what Tottenham guaranteed him. So now Antonio Conte and Fabio Paratici will work together to rebuild Tottenham. I'm sure in January Tottenham will do something in the transfer market. I see them moving for a striker, maybe for a midfielder. I see them moving for a centre-back because now they play with a 3 centre-back defence. So they will need something in this position. But Tottenham will do something in January. Keep an eye on a player like Dusan Vlahovic. It will be super interesting to see what happens. Now, my thoughts on this, and I'm going to go straight to the comment from Fabrizio Romano. This is what Tottenham guaranteed him. He then stated it could be a top player, it could be a young player, it could be an old player worth €2 million. But it's got to be the right players that Antonio Conte wants and needs. I do think that this period of time that he has now, leading up to the January transfer window, we've got just under 2 months. That is a really good amount of time for Antonio Conte to assess the squad, analyse the squad, know the players that are buying into his philosophy and, his ideas, his fitness levels as well. Some players are not putting a shift in, some players are not performing. He knows then who he's got to replace, what he needs going forward to finish the season strong. Because, of course, we've got to get the best league position finish possible. In an ideal world, Champions League football. That might seem like a very, very long way away. If it's not Champions League football, it must be Europa League football and perhaps go far in a cup competition. But, it's all about club direction in, for me this season under Antonio Conte. He's changing the fitness levels already. In the January transfer window, I'd be absolutely delighted to see a striker. And I've said this many, many times. It just seems like the same old stuff that all of us Tottenham Hotspur fans keep saying in every transfer window. Summer transfer windows, January transfer windows, we all keep saying we need a striker, an alternative striker, a backup striker, whatever you want to call it, we need a striker. And of course, we do need a link-up midfielder, someone like a Christian Eriksen that we've not really replaced. A defender as well, like Fabrizio Romano said there. If Antonio Conte is playing at 3 at the back, we do need more defensive reinforcements as well. But it will be a super interesting time. But I'm so glad that Fabrizio Romano has stated and has confirmed, that Tottenham have guaranteed Antonio Conte, players if he needs them. A report has been published by the Derby Telegraph, and they are stating that Derby County are named as one of a number of Championship clubs interested in signing Jack Clarke on loan from Tottenham Hotspur. Wayne Rooney told Derbyshire Live last week that he was hopeful that the club's transfer embargo would be lifted in time for the January transfer window. The 20-year-old joined the Premier League side from Leeds United and has since been a regular in Premier League 2, along with going out on loan to Stoke City last season, where he made 14 appearances for the Potters. And if the Rams are given a reprieve from the EFL board, Derby County will have to fight off Championship rivals Barnsley, Luton Town and Millwall in order to secure the signature of the Spurs youngster. Now, my thoughts on this, someone like Jack Clarke needs game time. He needs confidence. He needs game time. He's not going to get that at the moment under Antonio Conte at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. There are too many players in front of him. He needs to go out, have a really good loan spell at a Championship club and, go and get some good experience, come back, with some great confidence. Exactly the same as what Oliver Skipp did last season. You know, that was a really fantastic loan spell for Oliver Skipp. Of course, come back, and now he is a first-team player, you know, one of the first players on the team sheet. So, you know, Jack Clarke needs to go out, get time, get some good experience under his belt. And, you know, at the moment, he's playing a lot of Premier League 2 football in the Tottenham Hotspur under-23s. But, you know, he needs to be playing, I believe, at a higher level, go out, get some good experience, come back and show Antonio Conte what you're about. On Wednesday, it was a great afternoon for Tottenham Hotspur youngster Dane Scarlett as he played for England under-19s as they beat Andorra under-19s, and he also scored a brace in the game. And lastly, whilst making this video, reports have just come out from Spain, lots of reports in Spain this evening, and they are stating that Antonio Conte has asked the Tottenham hierarchy to sign Gareth Bale on loan in the January transfer window. Now, my thoughts on this: Gareth Bale to return to Tottenham for a third spell. Wow, wouldn't that be a real coup? 11 goals in 20 Premier League appearances last season under the management of Jose Mourinho and Ryan Mason. I felt that we could have got a lot more out of Gareth Bale last season. He scored 16 goals in all competitions. You know, it's such a shame that a lot of the fans didn't see him play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium because, of course, a lot of the games were played behind closed doors. Would it work? Would it work? I'm sure it would. You know, Antonio Conte will get the best out of players. You know, he's in his last year of contract at Real Madrid. You know, this could be a fantastic move for Spurs. It could be a fantastic move again for someone like Gareth Bale, and it could be you know, a great move for Antonio Conte. And of course, you know, he provides assists, he provides goals. You know, that is exactly what we want. We need people like this in the team, in the squad. You know, game changers. We certainly know that Gareth Bale is a game changer. He's been there, done it, got the t-shirt, won every single trophy you know, that's out there. You know, Gareth Bale would be a real coup, as I say. You know, watch this space.
Thanks, Chris, and hello to everybody watching. I'm Bale from Football Prizes. I'm just here to tell you about the weekly Spurs prizes that we run on the site. Some of our previous Spurs prizes range from the likes of signed shirts and boots and mounts from players such as Harry Kane, Son Heung-min and Lucas, right through to club legends like Paul Gascoigne and Jurgen Klinsmann. You can watch the live draws on our Facebook page, and you can go on our site and see the previous Spurs winners, as well as what prizes we have to offer at www.footballprizes.co.uk.
Thanks for watching today's update. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do let me know all of your thoughts and comments in the comment section below on everything I've spoken about in today's video. If you don't subscribe to the channel as yet, please do hit that subscribe button. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Come on, you Spurs.